Throughout all of sports, there have been few teams over the last several decades that have had as little success as the Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions, ladies and gentlemen, has won one playoff game in 63 years.
Now, Lions have been through some stuff.
Yeah.
This team has sucked. But it's not just like outright terrible every game where they're losing like 70-0. No. I don't know. A guy hits a 66-yard field goal after a clear delay of game that doesn't get called, and it bounces off the middle when it goes through.
Yep.
Oh, there's another 57-yarder on Monday night that a guy hits miraculously.
Last 8 passes before that one, and here they go with Forsett. He didn't think he was down. It's still a line play. Forsett taking it all the way. And still, is there any way he's down? Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down. Yes.
Of the play is a touchdown.
What?
Coaches have come in, promised the world, and said they'd be the ones to turn around the Lions for good, only for this to happen each and every time.
After the 0-16 season, Rod Marinelli gone from the Lions, fired this morning.
Ownership has decided to make a change. Jim Schwartz becomes the 5th head coach to be let go today.
The Lions have informed Jim Caldwell that he will not be returning as their head coach.
And we can't forget about longtime Patriots coordinator Matt Patricia, who the Lions hired to be their head coach on February 5th, 2018. Despite helping lead the Patriots to 3 Super Bowl titles, Patricia's time with the Lions was a complete disaster. He bickered with reporters.
Well, do me a favor, just kind of sit up and just have a little respect for the process. Every day you come in and ask me questions, and you just kind of give me this. But I mean, just be a little respectful. I'm asking just to be a little respectful in this whole process, okay?
Won 13 games in 2.5 years, and had completely lost the respect of the locker room, with countless players openly celebrating when he was finally fired on November 28th, 2020. After Patricia's dismissal, the Lions decided they were once again going into rebuild mode, and on January 20th, 2021, the team decided to take one of the biggest gambles in their history by hiring a fiery but inexperienced coach whose only head coaching experience was for 12 games with the Miami Dolphins back in 2015. During his time with the Dolphins and Saints, Campbell was known for his intensity, determination, and clear passion for the game. He also played 10 years in the NFL for the Giants and Cowboys, and was also on the infamous 0-16 Lions team in 2008. Campbell's NFL playing experience has given him a unique ability to connect with players on a more personal level and build trust within the locker room.
To watch the way you guys played and practiced all week, it's inspiring, okay? It makes somebody like me want to bleed for you, okay? I would do anything for you guys.
When the Dolphins named him the interim head coach in 2015, after firing Joe Philbin following a 1-3 start, Campbell was able to rally the team and earn 5 hard-fought wins. While that may not sound great on paper, the fact that the Dolphins trusted a tight ends coach to take over as head coach for the rest of the season says a lot about how the organization viewed him as a leader. The players obviously trusted him too, and fought tooth and nail for him every single game.
The NFL announcer said it best, saying interim coach Dan Campbell not only lit a fire under his team, he lit an inferno. Was that evident today?
Oh yes, it was evident the first time he took over for the first game last week, and today.
But despite all of that, before Campbell even entered the Lions building, sports media was already calling the hiring a mistake.
When I'm reading things about Dan Campbell, it's leader of men, and he's tough, and the Oklahoma drill. But nothing about him being a tactician.
And what's the resume that he has that tells you that he knows what he's doing to warrant being the head coach of the franchise?
That's more concerning to me.
Unbothered by what the media had to say about him and his coaching style, when Campbell walked up to the podium on his first day on the job and passionately delivered this now iconic interview, a new era of Lions football had officially begun.
I wanted this job bad because I felt like I knew this community. I played here, all right? Here's what I know. I know that Detroit's made up of great people, all right? This community is strong. This place has been kicked, it's been battered, it's been bruised. This team is going to take on the identity of this city, and this city's been down, and it found a way to get up, all right? It's found a way to overcome adversity, all right? And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. On the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ, and it is monster news. A blockbuster trade in the NFL. Detroit is dealing Matthew Stafford to the LA Rams in exchange for 2 future first-round picks, a third-round pick, and Jared Goff.
Just 10 days after hiring Dan Campbell to be their next head coach, the Detroit Lions made one of the biggest blockbuster trades in the team's history by trading away longtime franchise quarterback Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams. Despite taking the Lions to the playoffs just 3 times in 12 years and holding a 74-90-1 record with the team, Stafford really did all he could with the limited talent the team had around him, often single-handedly keeping the team in games they had no business being competitive in. In 12 seasons with the Lions, Stafford broke countless franchise records, played a key part in the Detroit community, and was universally loved by fans. Understandably, many fans took the news hard when the trade was finalized.
Huge thank you to Matthew Stafford. You know, Detroit thanks you, and you always be a Lion.
Needless to say, many Lions fans reacted to Matthew Stafford winning the Super Bowl in his first year with the Rams as if he had just brought home the Lombardi Trophy to Detroit.
Come on! I feel like I won the Super Bowl a little bit when he won last year.
Bummed out that he went to the Rams, but very happy for him. I definitely was rooting for him in the Super Bowl.
While it was clear from the start that the Rams benefited from the trade, there were still many question marks surrounding Jared Goff and if he'd ever be able to deliver in a similar way as Stafford did for the Rams. Drafted with the first pick of the 2016 NFL Draft, Goff had never really lived up to the high standards of a first overall pick. In his rookie season, Goff went 0-7 as a starter and threw 5 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. While I believe it's unfair to really judge a player by his rookie season, in today's NFL, when quarterbacks are expected to come in and immediately play well, the media never allowed Goff to move past it. Not to mention, Goff was drafted by former Rams coach Jeff Fisher, and I believe he never truly gelled with Sean McVay on a professional or personal level.
On this turf, man. Feel fast on this turf. It looks smooth to take off.
Although he took the Rams to the Super Bowl in 2019, Goff and the offense managed just 3 points against the Patriots, and that's the lowest in a Super Bowl since 1972 when the Dolphins lost 24-3 to the Cowboys. While many players in the past would be unhappy moving to a team like the Lions, Jared Goff genuinely seemed happy to have a fresh start and welcomed the opportunity to start over.
That's all you can ask for as a player in this league, is to have guys that believe in you, have guys who want you, have guys who are excited about you, and it's my job to do my best every day. This league's full of competition. No matter who's in the building, I've got to compete my ass off every day.
As we see more and more in today's NFL, having a strong relationship between a head coach and quarterback is crucial, and the fact that Goff and Campbell were coming to Detroit together at the same time really proved beneficial in the pair's relationship.
There's 3 things that I think about with Jared Goff. He's tough, he's durable, and most importantly, he's a winner. He has won in this league.
Despite being outmatched in Campbell's first season in 2021 and not winning a game until December, it was obvious to many people watching that there was something special brewing in the Motor City. There aren't many coaches who could go winless in their first 11 games and still have the full support from fans and the front office. But this interview from Dan Campbell after losing a heartbreaker to the Vikings to drop to 0-5 on the year shows that the organization hired someone who truly loves this sport, team, and city.
When you see your players give all that they have and you lose that way, it's tough. You know, you don't want that for them.
Whether fans or the team knew it or not, when the 0-10-1 Lions played the Vikings again less than 2 months later, the game would prove to be a crucial turning point in the franchise's future. In a hard-fought battle against their division rivals, the Lions squandered a 20-6 lead, and after a late Justin Jefferson touchdown with less than 2 minutes remaining, the team trailed 27-23. You could see the Lions offense giving it all they had in the final 2 minutes, and really coming together as a team for the first time all season. Goff remained calm under pressure, the offensive line gave him plenty of time to throw the ball, and with 4 seconds remaining and one last chance at victory, this amazing moment for the organization happened.
I just want to say that was a hell of a game. We played complimentary football all game.
there. Hey, but I want to give this game ball to Coach.
In 2022, the Lions picked up where they left off at the end of the previous season, but this time around, the team had vastly improved, bringing in tons of new talent in the draft, including second overall pick Aiden Hutchinson. A local Michigan native has been an absolute monster in the league so far, with 19 sacks and an incredible 4 interceptions in his first 2 seasons, earning himself well-deserved Pro Bowl honors in 2023. The team also drafted safety Kirby Joseph in the 3rd round, who's been a key starter for the defense and has 4 interceptions in his first 2 seasons. And while 2022 first-round pick Jamison Williams has gotten off to a slow start due to a torn ACL he suffered in college and a suspension he had to start 2023, it's clear the speedy wide receiver has plenty of potential. After a terrible 1-6 start to the 2022 season, the Lions rallied to win 8 of their final 10 games and just missed out on the playoffs. During the final stretch of games, you could see the players really buying into Campbell's vision of gritty, hard-nosed football, setting a key foundation to what would be an even better 2023.
I know what we are, man. I know what we are. You should know what you are. I'm quarterback now. I'm going to leave it at that. Leave it at that. All right, break it down.
The Lions somehow had an even better 2023 draft, using their first 2 picks to take Alabama running back Jahmyr Gibbs and Iowa tight end Sam Laporta. Both players combined for nearly 20 touchdowns in 2023 and give the Lions key cornerstone pieces at almost every position. And what's really scary is that all of these players are 24 years old or younger. With one of the most talented rosters top to bottom in the NFL and a coaching staff that almost any player in the league would want to play for, the Detroit Lions won the NFC North for the first time in franchise history, putting to bed years of heartbreak and suffering.
Whenever you do something like what we just did, it's special. It don't matter, man. And it don't matter how many you win in a row, they're special. But I can tell you this, when you're part of an organization, and it's been 30 years, it's special, man.
This time around, it does not feel like the Lions of old, and this team has a chance to be really good for a really long time.
Hey, it's been a long time coming, and it feels good. And you know what, now everybody respects us, and everybody better fear us. Let's go Lions on 3, 1, 2, 3, Lions! Yeah.